a coincidence. I live for more than a lucky chance. But what it is, this would always meant for a ribbon in the sky, ribbon in the sky. We can lose with God on our side. We'll find strength in each tear we cry. From now on, this will be you and I, and the ribbon in the sky, ribbon in the sky, ribbon in the sky for our love. There's a ribbon in the sky for our love.
Hopeless, I can't even get a picture. Just step back a little bit so I can maybe hopefully get something. My poor little camera here. Thinks it's a bandage here. It looks like a song. It looks like a song. Oh my God.
Sun come on.
Slow down, slow down. Maybe one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scripture selected for today comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 13. What if I could speak all languages of humans and of angels? If I did not love others, I would be nothing more than a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. What if I could prophesy and understand all secrets and all knowledge? And what if I had faith that moved mountains? I would be nothing unless I loved others. What if I gave away all that I owned and let myself be burned alive? I would gain nothing unless I loved others. Love is kind and patient, never jealous, boastful, proud, or rude. Love isn't selfish or quick-tempered. It doesn't keep a record of wrongs that others do. Love rejoices in the truth, but not in evil. Love is always supportive, loyal, hopeful, and trusting. Love never fails. Everyone who prophesies will stop, and unknown languages will no longer be spoken. All that we know will be forgotten. We don't know everything, and our prophecies are not complete. But what is perfect will someday appear, and what isn't perfect will then disappear. When we were children, we thought and reasoned as children do. But when we grew up, we quit our childish ways. Now all we can see of God is like a cloudy picture in a mirror. Later, we will see him face to face. We don't know everything, but then we will, just as God completely understands us. For now, there are faith, hope, and love. But of these three, the greatest is love. Reverend Haneke will perform the ceremony, and I might add Reverend Haneke is the individual who performed this ceremony 20 years ago. Amen. Reverend Haneke.
Thank you, Elder.
You may be seated.
Thank you, Elder. This is indeed a wonderful occasion. Here in the sunshine and in the home with love, we have the essence of marriage that lasted a decade, no, 2 decades, 20 years. And any marriage that lasts 20 years can go the length to 40 and 50 and more. Last Sunday, a young man came to church late. He said, "What did you preach on?" I said, "On being fit to live with." And the text was 1 Corinthians 13:13. And now abideth faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. And when we love one another, we're fit to live with. Well, Barbara and Frank are fit to live with each other together. And they've been blessed. And we had a police officer here, and he said he has to get home, he has to get a little sleep because he has to get up. He has to be on duty at 9 o'clock, and he spent an hour here, and he was the grandson of Mrs. Rosalind E. James. She is a woman in the family in heaven. She is a woman who spoke to Barbara and spoke to many of the young people and guided them and said, look, you don't just pay rent, you buy a house, you have equity, you make progress, and you improve. And that is what Barbara and Frank have proven. The guidance, the nurturing, the encouragement, we rejoice in all of these things. We miss Barbara because many times a job, well, you have to represent the company and go to Texas. Surprise! In the Second World War, our congregation had a helicopter engineer, and he had to go to Texas, to Arlington, Texas, to build helicopters. And we lost a family. Barbara goes to Texas when business calls. And Frank and Barbara and Frank work it out together. Here's the service that we did when they came to me 20 years ago. I came from a congregation in Greenpoint, the garden spot of the world, and I was 1960. Well, now I'm telling my age. You see this gold cross? They give you that when you're 50 years ordained. Here it is. That's what you get when you're 50 years in the business. When I came to St. John's, there was